Wow, my voice is really muffled, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, today we'll be making hot Cheeto chicken. Because I prepped. Notice, we're going to be baking it. We ain't going to fry it because it's healthier. Because we're using something really unhealthy to eat. But it's delicious either way it goes. First, we will be starting by cleaning some of the chicken on the top. Look at that clean cut. Like, just embrace it. You already fucked up. Alright, people. I quit. Look.
Now, I'm still technically cosplaying, but you know, that mask gets really hard to speak with and hard to, you know, breathe in. Still gotta wear it for the show though sometimes. Now, what we will be doing with these is first we're going to make an egg wash. Pretty simple. Grab a clean container. Crack a couple eggs. I got these from Walmart. You can use farm fresh eggs if you want to. I just don't have the resources for that at the moment. Well, I do, but time. I'm making a show happen. One egg. Two eggs. And then you properly dispose of these. You don't be like some people and leave them out for the next week. Notice these go right here. Did that part for a special person. You know who you are. What we will be doing with the egg wash, with the eggs, poke holes in the yolks as you see, and then just mix it up. Mix it up like at a high school prom that I never went to. I cry into it myself. That way you can taste the tears and the sadness. Add some flavor. Why didn't I go to prom? Because I didn't want to. You know why? Because I am an independent Morty. I'm joking, I'm Rich Chocolate. What we're gonna do with these pieces, we're gonna leave that right there for a moment. I'm gonna grab one of these containers and another empty one. I'd like to see how many of you try this recipe yourself, because honestly I'm not gonna measure anything. I'm just going ham and we're gonna have fun with it. Cooking's all about enjoying the food. So first, we start off with transferring some over so we don't contaminate it with the raw egg and chicken. So we can have some for later, you know what I'm talking about. And we have this pyramid of seasoning right over here that fell over and someone's turned around, but we got that paprika on top, got some onion powder, garlic powder, parsley, basil, meat tenderizer, and oregano, alongside some lemon pepper because I'm cheap and I like to make things, you know, inexpensive but flavorful. And what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take some paprika, squeeze a little bit in there. Gonna take some onion powder. That Walmart brand, you know, gotta rep them. Now, minced onion works for this too, but everyone has their preference. The director of the show happens to have the inability to eat onion that is unseasoned, so I'm trying to make this so that he can enjoy it too. Everyone has their own sense of taste. Some oregano. Meat tenderizer. Basil. You want to taste that basil the next day. Come on. Parsley. As Mung Dahl said, a little bit of flavor. If you don't get that reference, you're too young to be watching my show. Go back and educate yourself. Some lemon pepper. Because you know you like that little zest, but I don't have lemons for zest because I'm broke. And to keep the vampires away, I'm not talking about cops, they're different. We put some garlic in there. But we don't want to overpower it because that's something that a lot of people mistake. You add a little too much garlic, everyone can taste a little too much, and not very many people like that. I'm going to do something that you may not like to do yourself, or you may think is weird. It's called Parmesan. You know why? Because you're worth it. Yeah, don't forget, you're worth it. And no, I'm not just saying that because the camera's rolling. I swear. And just to make sure, I'm gonna add a little bit. Let me just move this out of the way of the camera because that's just rude of me. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Now this is only my second time making this, so if it turns out horribly, you can just consider this the pilot. If it turns out good, then yeah, you don't have to pay me. Just make it yourself, or ask me to make it for you. I have no problem doing that. I love cooking. I'm gonna shake it up a little bit, make sure it gets all around. You don't want to flip it around a few times because if you just shake it side to side, you can see the buildup at the very bottom. But if you mix it all around, you can see it gets pretty nice and even. Now, I'm going to put a few pieces in here. And by a few pieces in here at once, I mean we're going to put as much of this piece of chicken in here that this bowl can physically hold. Why? Because I don't like wasting time. Sure, people think, I'll do it differently, but that's you. I appreciate your thoughts, but that's just not the way I roll. I'm just not that type of antelope. Just so you guys can get a taste of how I'm doing this, I'm going to drop a piece in there. Get it nice and even all around. You can just taste the indigestion already. I'm gonna put it on this tray. We're gonna do that for the rest of them. And oof. Just like the first piece, I'm gonna just put it nice and even all over. We're gonna make something with this. Hey Rizzy, how's it going? people will question what's going on, and then they'll be like, oh, it's delicious food. Please don't be the rabbit. I swear I'm not going to cook rabbit on this show because Riza is adorable. Now that we have gotten this cleaned up and that we have this entire setup, yeah, we're making a lot of chicken, I know. No racist jokes. Okay, you can make racist jokes. I'm just not going to be able to hear them and laugh at them with you. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to slice this potato up a few times. And we're going to do the same thing to a few others. Now, I am not using a proper technique, but that is because I have a healing factor. Why? Because I drink from the heart-shaped earth. You know what you need to do? You should probably use protective gear. No, do not let me find this on one of those oddly satisfying videos. Me cutting this last piece of potato. I'm going to be very upset. Listen, viewer. Look at me. Look at me. Look me dead in the glasses. I will be very, I honestly don't care. But I will be very upset if you actually decide to do something about it and put that in an oddly satisfying video. That will really trigger me. And if you want to trigger me, I really don't care. Just try not to leave too mean of comments because that's not nice. I'm going to, section it out like this. And put the first few slices right over here. You see how it's nice and neat and everything? Yeah, that's how you need to do your stuff. Actually, you don't need to. It just looks nice. Oh, this is gonna be so delicious. You can already taste it, can't you? I know you can. Yes, I'm able to see through your camera not through your camera, but through the screen because I'm on a screen. I'm looking directly at you unless you move around because it's kind of weird. I'm just being me, We're gonna cut up this last potato. You ready for this, guys? To the window, to the wall, to the sweat from my balls. All these female draws. Aw, skeet. Said the poet, Lil Jon. And yes, I said poet. I feel like in one of these episodes I'm going to accidentally cut off my finger and I'm going to laugh. And everyone's going to look at me and think that it's fake. And then they're going to see me in person, see the scar on my finger. The first time was when I was whittling a stick. And by whittling a stick, I mean, I was actually carving a stick out into a wand because I'm a Harry Potter fan to an extent. I don't know as much as all you diehard fans. Now look at me. I'm going to admit right now, I don't know nearly as much as all you diehard fans out there, but I know, I've never read the books. Well, I've tried reading the books. I just fell asleep on the first page because I'm dyslexic.
I fell asleep at the cover.
Thank you, director. We don't need that anymore. You know why? Because this is about to be an epic meal. You know why it's going to be an epic meal? Because we're going to make it an epic meal. And it's not going to be epic meal time. It's just going to be decent meal time because we're going to make some nice food. And you're going to love it. Or you don't. It's up to you. Yes, I'll be making some vegan meals too. Why? Because I know some of you don't eat meat. I do like meat. I like myself a nice, thick, juicy potato sometimes. And I know that's not me, but you knew what you were thinking. And I know what you were thinking too. You were thinking steak or you were thinking something perverted. You need some Jesus in your life. The oven's already preheated. You can just feel that heat radiating. Oh, yeah, it almost evaporated the water off my hand. But you can feel the heat radiating. I'm going to put one of those in there for now. Then we're going to put the next one on top of it. Why? Because we have to get some margarine because we are too cheap for butter. Even though butter is technically healthier. Do your research. I know you may think margarine's healthier, but really do your research. By the way, if you're on a diet, remember this one tip. Cut out junk food, and by junk food that means also fast food, and just make a meal like this. Come on, guys, it's not that bad. It's really decent for you. It's really healthy. You know who you are if that's for you. And oh my God, this margarine is sticking to everything. Everything. That one night I let Deadpool stay the night in my room and I didn't expect him to do what he did. It was everywhere. It was everywhere. We're gonna do something a little crazy. We're gonna actually season this food. Now I know some of you out there don't like seasoning. I actually know a person who said, "Hey, yeah, you can't cook at Thanksgiving because I don't want all that flavor in my food. I like my food nice and bland, like my love life." Now what we're gonna do? I'm gonna put a little bit of lemon pepper on there because that's just my preference. A little bit of onion powder. And by a little bit, I mean enough to basically cover the top and sink through once the butter melts. And by butter, I mean margarine because, you know, everyone calls margarine butter anyways. No. Not yet. And yes, I just caressed the Parmesan. I love cheese. Feel free to send me cheese. I'm glad you're sticking through all this. You didn't have to, but you stuck through. Now we're gonna put this in the oven. And ooh, you can just, Director, can you just smell that already cooking?
Yep. Looks good.
Guess it's time to make this epic meal. And by this epic meal, I mean I am starving right now and I should have done. Actually, I could just go into a dimension where I already made the food. Alright, forgot almost one very important thing. The sauce. The cheese sauce to dip it into. You know why? Because we all love cheese here. And if you don't, then I will respect that. But, you know, I like cheese, so you can't stop me. Now, what most people would do is be nice enough to drop a little pieces like that after cutting them up. But no. We ain't gonna be those types of people. Actually, we might. I don't know. Nah, we ain't gonna be those types of people. We're gonna throw half the block in there. Gonna let it melt in. Gonna let it mix around and stuff. And it's gonna be delicious. Then, just because we can, we are going to add some cream cheese to it. Yes, that same stuff you put on your bagels. Why? To give it that nice creamy flavor. And that nice cream cheesy flavor. And actually, you know, make it not fall apart immediately after it's been cooled. And then we just let it mix over time as it melts and it heats up. Why? Because you're worth it. And we will come back to this when this sauce has been melted together. Just took them out. Potatoes are still cooking, as some may be able to see.
I'm going to talk to them. It's like, listen.
But now we shall start serving
I'm going to talk to Fox Glenn.
the hot Cheeto chicken. Mozzarella sharp cheddar sauce. Just look at that drip.
Let me put it to you like this. If I get...
If I may take a page out of Deadpool's book, it's like him at a chimichurri convention. Now time for the taste test.
Hey, Wesley Snipes, is that your name? That's your name, right? John Boyega?
Oh, I get it.
John Boyega. Wesley Snipes? Will Smith.
I did a report on him.
Must have sucked ass because his movies are shit.
Yep, and he was a rapper at one point.
Oh god, that must have sounded horrible. That's worse than Eminem's last fucking album that he just came out with. Oh wait, that's a new one. Never mind. What was it called? Kamikaze? Is he a terrorist?
You know what, Wade? Just put this in your mouth.
All right. I approve of this. Why doesn't Burger King or Taco Bell do something like this? You guys suck. How is somebody in a fucking apartment kitchen doing better than you guys?
You know what the worst part is? I work at Burger King.
Step your game up. Your workers doing your work outside of work. How does that work? I said work a lot.
Yes, you did.
Well, this is really good. This gets a Deadpool approved grade. 2 chimichangas times a taco plus a chimichanga taco van with Thanos trying to get one, but he doesn't get one.
If only I had the Infinity Gauntlet. Wait, hold on. I have a portal gun. I'll be right back.
X-Men 1, X-Men 2, X-Men 3, Last Stand, X-Men 47.
Oh, cool. Found one.
No, you probably shouldn't have that.
So, what was that about calling me Wesley Snipes? John Boyega?
Black lives don't matter!
Did my boss just steal my food?
Oh, chef!
Oh, no. Oh, no. Not
Remember what I
this.
said about fucking, serving food on the internet without my consent?
No.
Good. I don't either. That's the show, everybody.